Prince Wonder, MD1 Fund. Welcome back to our midweek live analysis with Prince Wonder. Now, as usual on the program, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be taking a look at the financial markets, crypto, forex, trying to see what the market is going to do for the rest of the week and what kind of positions we should be taking, and well, literally how to make the most out of the market condition. Okay. Now, I'm going to be taking a look at a couple of pairs, but you're going to be able to send in the coins, the currency pairs that you want us to take a look at, to share our opinions on. So you can just send a message with your favorite pair in the group, and as soon as I'm done taking a look at a couple of major pairs in the market, I'm going to dive right into your suggestions. All right. So it's the last day of August, 2022. It's crazy how fast this year is running, right? It's crazy how fast this year is running, but it's actually a very good thing. It's my birth month next month, so from tomorrow, I'm counting down to my birthday, probably my favorite event of the year. So, starting with Euro USD, this pair has been messing with me for the past couple of weeks, and starting to look like it's going to make a bit of sense from now. Okay, so we had that consolidation period, and then we broke out of it. We started to consolidate again, and now we seem like we're in an uptrend, but really not in an uptrend. So we formed a second range, yeah. Because we saw a few breakouts, but ultimately within this range, you really just can't go that much wrong. Okay, so on a general note, it's very, should I say bearish? There's still a bearish tone to everything paired to the US dollar. Why? I'm honestly clueless at the moment. And if you followed last week's midweek live analysis, I said I was going to be bearish until we really bottomed out down here at this yellow zone. Okay, so that's the key point where I'm looking for a major reversal from, unless I start to see something really happen where the market is currently. Now we're consolidating where we are right now, but that's really not a strong signal for a reversal. You see our RSI as well. We're forming a higher low on the RSI, pretty much a divergence, but we haven't really bottomed out. At least from my own perspective, we really haven't bottomed out. So I'm still holding out for another bearish move down here. So, but on the short term, trading is really not about whether the market is going to make this big move, that big move. It's more about identifying the general trend and then breaking it down into little steps and trading them, right? So on the short term, we have a bearish tone to the markets with this minor resistance here. Okay, so we have a bearish move from the market in this minor resistance here. We're here currently, so I'm just going to extend those levels I already identified. Remember, all we're doing basically is trading the market from this key level to that key level to that key level to that key level. Okay, so that's all we're doing. So right now the market has rejected off of this zone, and as you can see, it tends to reverse from here as well. Now the only question is, are we going to reverse from here or are we going to drop further? Personally, I think we're going to drop further. Now here's why. We've had a pretty decent uptrend, struggled to break above this resistance. We eventually did correction. We tried to go up really without any strong luck, right? Now at this resistance, now we're starting to see a bearish move. Now, seeing as we were unable to break this resistance, I'm actually expecting a much deeper correction from price, so probably all the way down here or even lower than that. Before we see any bullish continuation. If you want to understand how the market reacts to support and resistance, you simply need to look at how it reacted to it in the past. how hard it was to break, how easy it was to break, and then if it was unable to continue, the move is usually going to end up pushing it further down. See how the market tried to stay on top here? With this strong bearish momentum, I seriously doubt the market is going to hold this support. So I'll be expecting a bearish continuation all the way down there. So for Euro USD, I'm more on a sell. My stop loss there, take profit down here. So yeah, this is my position on Euro USD right now. Okay, so let's have a look at the cryptocurrency market. BTC has been, well, everything paired to the US dollar has been acting a little crazy recently. So we broke down after trying to break $25,000 and failing. We broke back down and retested 19 plus, right? Now, from the tone of the market a couple months ago, we established that we were expecting the market to go back as low as probably $13,000. Uncertain as to if it's going to happen, but the fact that this bear market still has a decent way to go tells us that it's actually entirely possible that the market does this. Okay, so right now we're struggling at $19,000 again. If it's going to hold, really seems shaky, but like I said, even if you don't know what the market is going to do on the long term, you can still break it down to the smaller time frames, the short-term moves, and trade them, right? So you don't need the big moves in the market to trade. You really just need to break them down into smaller steps and trade what you're sure of at that time. If it doesn't play out, you know it doesn't play out, you move on, right? Okay, so these are some of our key levels on price, and just like the euro against the dollar, we have a correction from this resistance or a rejection from that resistance, and we're dropping. We've not really hit our next support, so I'll be waiting to see how the market reacts to this support before I take any further before I start to have an opinion, right? Right now, we're still doing the thing in the middle. We really need to hit a major zone to see how the market reacts there. From there, we start to, okay, this is, if we're going to have a correction from there, a reversal from there, we would know at that time. So for now, I'm really just indecisive on BTC. Okay, so let's take a look at the pairs that you guys recommended. Okay, BTC. Okay, we just did that. CTK. Okay, CTK. I didn't even know this pair existed. Okay, so CTK. Resistance. Just need to confirm if this is a resistance or a support. Okay. Okay, so this looks like we've broken out of a resistance or trying to retest it. Very long consolidation here. Okay, so essentially what you're going to be needing here is simply to wait for a proper retest and just take a buy. It really isn't, there's not much drama to this one. So broken out of the key resistance, we had a decent uptrend. We broke back down, unable to have that sell call continuation. We broke back, fake out. Now we have a proper breakout, right? So breakout looks like a retest. Then we have a bullish continuation. So just wait for a better entry. Or you could actually take an entry where the market is currently. I'm sure we have a good risk to reward ratio. 1:6.8. From the current market price, you're only getting 1:1 basically. So, but if you wait for a better entry, you could pop it up to 1:2. You just get better odds. So just be patient a little. If BTC should have that pullback to really retest that support, we could have this entry really easy on CTK. Okay, so that's just that for this. Atom. Okay, atom. Okay, so there's a different play on atom. Atom literally is as a resistance. Fake out, break back, pull back, retest. Okay, so Cosmos Atom, pretty much it ranged for a while since June, and we only started to, well, we attempted that breakout of this key resistance here. One thing you need to understand about the bear market is breaking resistances can be very, very difficult sometimes, especially resistances where the next move usually is a very big move. The market usually doesn't have that much momentum to push in. So you're going to be seeing a lot of fake outs like this at some really strong levels for price. So we had a higher high, higher low trend on Atom, and as you can see, we were unable to maintain this breakout. After breaking out of this resistance, we were unable to maintain that breakout despite several attempts to stay above it. You can see the strong pushback below and out of the channel. Now we've come back to retest this resistance. This is pretty much a breakout and retest. Bearish continuation is in sight for Atom. So you really can take a sell futures trade on here. Some slides. Personally, if this is going to happen, I really would want to take a large position and just head up for that 23%, okay? Because I doubt we'll come back and then we'll reverse from here as well. We'll most likely have a bearish continuation to the next zone, so probably might just want to take a big slice of it. Okay, thank you very much for the birthday wish. And moving on to the next one, near USDT and Mana. Okay, so near basically is showing the same setup as Atom, basically. Yep. So at the resistance here, breakout really doesn't look like it's going to happen, seeing as we're already starting to see a reaction to that resistance. We've had weeks at the top from when the market started to retest this zone, so that shows us a strong sell pressure from this resistance. Really doubt we're going to break it, so you really might want to take a sell from here if you're a futures or margin trader. So you could take a sell from there back down here. When the market gets back down there, you see where it's going to go to from there. All right. Okay, so mana. Mana would have been a really good catch down here. With where it is right now, I don't see a position to take. I don't see a position to take. Yes. Nope. I do have an opinion on mana. I'll just leave this one alone and see how the market plays out. Okay. Okay, so I think we had Solana. Let me check that. Yes, Sol USDT. Sol USDT. Should probably drop down to the 1 hour time frame. Okay, still another side. See, one thing I do frequently with my analysis, I don't jump into conclusions about the market breaking a support or breaking a resistance. Usually, I'm more of the impression it will not break it unless I start to see something that makes me feel like the market is going to break it. But until then, I'm pro reversal or pro trend continuation. So until I see something that means it's going to break it, I'm not jumping into that conclusion and expecting a breakout. Okay, so right now we're here consolidating at this support. Now, if this is a breakout and retest, really is uncertain. So I'll just box out this range and have you watch it to see what's what. But in the meantime, while we're in the spirit of that range, you could take a sell position there like that. You have a good 1:1, so it shouldn't be much of a problem. So you can take a position within that range. If it breaks out of the range, you get stopped out. If it doesn't, you make a decent profit. But on a larger scale, where it's going to go from here really is uncertain right now. Remember, I said at the start of the program, you don't need to trade the larger trend. You just need to try to trade what's next for price. You don't really necessarily need to know what exactly the market is going to do a week from now, 3 days from now. You just need to try to predict what it's going to do next. Okay. Okay. So lastly, USD CHF. USD CHF. Okay. Yeah, this one didn't play out. USD CHF is giving us a strong bullish momentum at this resistance. It actually had a really good run this August, strong uptrend. The USD has been buying against pretty much everything in the market. Yeah, the USD has been gaining crazy in the markets this last couple of months, and it's not fair. Okay, so this looks like we're gonna have a bullish continuation from here. But like I always say, there is no position to be taken at a resistance. Never buy at a resistance, never sell at a support. I rather wait and take a much larger loss than closing my position at a resistance or closing my position at a support. So in this case, taking a position at a resistance, a buy position at a resistance really isn't a smart move to make, or taking a sell position at a support really isn't a smart move to make. I'd rather wait and see a breakout, and then I take a position from much higher up than take a position from the resistance, right? So possibly I see a breakout, a buy, or a breakout and retest. Even better, I take a buy position. Or at a support, I see a breakout and retest, or simply trade the breakout straight up. If it retests good, I take another position and then trade the market from there. But taking a position from the resistance really isn't a smart move to make, because this could easily be a fake out, or it could easily just get rejected off of there. Remember, there's a very good chance the market is going to bounce off of a resistance rather than break through it. So you really want to see that breakout happen, and it's a bit of a confirmation that it has actually happened or it's legit before you go into the market. So I won't be taking a buy position from here, even though I think it's going to have a strong bullish continuation considering the consolidation time and how it's reacting now. But I can't take a position from here. But you can if you want. I can. I can't recommend that. Okay. All right, guys. So this is what we have for you today on our midweek live analysis with Prince Wonder. I hope this session was educational, helpful to your trading, your analysis. As always, we're going to be doing this every week at Wednesday, 8:30 a.m. All right. So if you missed the session or you missed any parts of it, you want to recoup, you can go watch the video on our YouTube page. It's going to be up literally just right after the program. So you can catch all of this on our YouTube. Subscribe. There's actually a lot more content on our YouTube page for you. Thank you, guys. See you next week.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.